tragic drowning of a 4-year-old boy with autism is bringing attention to what legal experts call a growing safety crisis in our neighborhoods. The 4-year-old died just hours after his family reported him missing yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office found that child in a retention pond on Jacksonville's south side. News for Jax anchor Tarek Miner joining us now in studio with new insight about what can be done to prevent incidents like this one from happening.
I mean, legal experts say that these tragedies are preventable if property owners follow safety laws, which require them to maintain the slopes of the pond or install fences. One lawyer I spoke with today is calling for action from the community to save another child's life.
You know, it has become so commonplace that if you saw a pool in a complex that didn't have a fence around it, everybody would be like, what's going on here? There's no reason it shouldn't be the same thing with these retention ponds. We can save children's lives. It's that simple.
Lawyer Adam Finkel says the storm management systems that are commonly called retention ponds are becoming death traps for Florida children. This after a 4-year-old boy with special needs walked into this pond yesterday and drowned before his parents could locate him. Finkel says the massive companies that own properties like these have years to make the pond safe, but instead aren't doing enough.
Far too often in the cases that we end up in, we have situations where we can sit down, have actual sworn interviews with the property management company and with the ownership. And when you ask them, what are you doing in order to make sure that these water features, these ponds in your community are maintained in compliance with absolutely mandatory safety laws? They say nothing.
Finkel explains that state law requires specific safety measures like maintaining gradual slopes and potentially installing fences around retention ponds. He says many property management companies don't even know these regulations exist. He has this call to action for the entire North Florida community.
If you're living at a property that has one of these storm water management systems, one of these ponds, call your property manager, call your landlord, call the owner of the complex and say, are we making sure that the safety codes here are followed? What are you doing? Let's not wait for tragedy. Let's not wait for your neighbor to lose their child before we realize that that pond had been ignored for years and that this death was entirely avoidable. Entirely avoidable.
Finkel says it's pretty common for property owners or apartment complexes to spend millions of dollars on safety measures in the apartments and in the parking lots of these apartments or properties, but do nothing about the safety of retention ponds. The city of Jacksonville has taken measures to implement natural barriers and raise awareness about the hazards of retention ponds.